Hey, what's going on, guys? It's David here from Genzio. We are here in Denver, Colorado for ETH Denver. I'm here with Emilio from DFINITY Foundation. We just spoke about, the history of DFINITY, his journey, as well as their integration with ICP Hub, and also his take on AI. It was a fantastic time speaking with him, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's David here from Genzio. We are in Denver, Colorado for ETH Denver. I'm with Emilio from DFINITY Foundation.
Here we are.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to be here with you guys. Denver is always a fantastic conference to attend. Thank you for inviting me here. Let's get going.
Yeah, so this is not your first time in Colorado then?
Well, it's actually the second. Last year I was here for ETH Denver. First time. We have a booth at the conference, a series of side events planned, meeting, interviews, and a networking plan, and the energy is fantastic. It's one of my favorite conferences throughout the year to attend.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, shout out ETH Denver, of course. But outside of the whole, event side of things, how is your experience here in the city in a whole?
Oh, the city is really pleasant. Last year was freaking cold, but
and we got sun.
Yeah, this year the weather is a blessing. It's the first day, so can't really say if it's a success or not. But so far, we have attended a couple of side events, had a couple of meetings, now the interview. So, well, so far so good. There's a lot of attention on AI, of course, which is a dominant narrative when it comes to blockchain. But not only that. This is a place where you meet a lot of builders. Really, there's a lot going on when it comes to Denver. It's a builders kind of event, and I like it.
Extreme amount of community building, right?
Yeah. There's a lot about ecosystem here, builders, communities. As perhaps there is an institutional angle also. With few players having, of course, more institutional gatherings and stuff. But the real juice is really around communities, around ecosystem, around builders, around devs. Very cool.
Very nice, very nice. So let's dive right into it, man. Tell me about DFINITY. DFINITY Foundation, by the way.
I serve as Director of Global Adoption at DFINITY Foundation. DFINITY Foundation is the Swiss-based non-profit organization which has launched the Internet Computer Protocol blockchain, and till now is a major contributor to the technology, the growth, and the adoption of the Internet Computer, or ICP, as people know it in the industry.
Okay, lovely, lovely. Now, you were really a part of something that's on the cutting edge, right? This is, the new in a space that is evolving rapidly, bi-weekly, daily, really. Now, I'm curious, where did you start, and what kind of gave you this inspiration to get your foot in the door?
Well, I wasn't a tech guy, let alone a crypto bro. But before COVID, I started exploring crypto and blockchain, doing studies, experimenting a little bit. And then I found an opportunity at the time as a marketing contractor with DFINITY, which I took. At the time I was based in Bali, Indonesia, which is very, very vibrant and very strong when it comes to crypto community. At the time, even more. Yeah. So I could start, experimenting with marketing, community building, etc., etc. It went well. Then I moved to Zurich, being in charge of that program. I was a contractor first at the beginning. Then I closed it because I thought it was not serving the purpose anymore. And together with colleagues, friends, I can say, by now, we have designed and implemented the ICP Hubs program, which so far we can say has been pretty successful at an industry level.
Okay. Lovely. Now, I really want to touch on as well as your guys' relationship with ICP Hub. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. ICP Hubs is a very large network right now. It's probably one of the biggest of such growth of adoption operation ever created or ever implemented in Web3. ICP Hubs are independent entities taking care of a bunch of stuff, which we can see about later on in the interview. The support, major support now comes from DFINITY Foundation through grants. Although the intention here and the roadmap is aiming at self-sustainability in the future. Hubs runs effectively activities across something that we call the adoption funnel, which is something that we designed. Basically, we took a marketing funnel and we adapted to Web3, going across 4 major verticals. Evangelism, which goes a lot into community building, etc., with a bit more marketing style. Education, which is extremely important, is the real, junction between so-called marketing activities and the builders down the funnel. Incubation, which is now probably the major vertical, after 2-3 years down the funnel. And finally, launch of hopefully successful projects on the internet computer. And in order to go down this funnel, there is a bunch of sub-activities which are pertinent to each level, which might be a little long to explain now, but they go from in real life and digital interaction and marketing, so everything related to social media, events, in-person events, etc. The educational part is very well structured with a lot of emphasis on universities. I believe by now ICP Hubs cooperate with probably more than 500 universities around the world, from the very well established ones in the US, even to remote places. It doesn't really matter, right? Bootcamps, seminars, hackathons, majorly. Last year, I believe more than 100 hackathons, small and big, were run across around 40 countries, I would say. This is very important because it gives you a lot of opportunity to engage with developers and
expand, and truly expand.
And expand is a very, very important piece of the puzzle. And even more than that, focus groups, investor groups, builders experience, all that stuff is packed in the educational vertical, which is very important. And then down the funnel we have the actual incubation, acceleration, and launch. So far, this is very extensive and is happening very extensively across 22 cohorts globally, which are run by ICP Hubs and partners, such as external accelerators, VCs, even industry personalities that participate to different extent. So this is where we are. There's a lot of projects at the moment in pipeline. The internet computer ecosystem, which now somehow revolves around this network of hubs, has grown a lot. Hundreds of projects in the pipeline, hundreds of projects already deployed. So it's growing very fast. The last Electric Capital report pictured ICP very high in the ranks, especially on year growth. Number of devs, number of devs full time, repos, unique contribution, all these metrics, they all looked extremely healthy, and that makes us, of course, pretty happy. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. I might say that the internet computer ecosystem at this very point in time, it's very, very healthy, one of the healthiest in the industry. Okay. So now in a space, right, where we're just full of startups and, big fish, little fish, all of it, what drives this like attractive
essence for you guys that says like, hey, we want to get involved with this project? We want to take a risk on these guys. What brings it to you guys?
Well, there is no, very straight answer here.
Yeah.
There are few narratives which, of course, are dominant, either at an industry level or simply because of the nature of the protocol or the different initiatives. Well, where I see a lot of traction now is AI,
Yep.
real-world asset, and DeFi, which I think is silently, taking over. While of course the main narrative is dominated by AI, but there is a lot going on, and a lot going on the internet computer when it comes to that. DeFi. DeFi started a little bit later on ICP compared to other protocol, but now technology is ready, what we call chain fusion, which you might have heard about, which confers great multi-chain and cross-chain capabilities. So a lot of builders now are using it to develop apps. So these three are very big pieces, very attractive.
Yeah.
There is also another angle for ICP, which is very important, and is about all these Web2 businesses that are looking for a place where they can deploy or migrate to Web3. When it comes to this, the internet computer really is a prime choice, because in a certain way was envisioned by the founder, Dominic Williams, and also designed in a way that is very, very suitable for this. This morning I was having a lot of conversation at a couple of events about it, invited people to come to the booth and go a little bit deeper. But this is also happening. In a pretty significant way, when it comes to the internet computer. So these are a little bit of the major verticals. There is, of course, a global pipeline of projects. Through ICP Hubs, what we have achieved is the creation of what I call a glocal pipeline, which is also a result of a glocal approach, where proximity helps projects a lot in the initial stages. Imagine, recruiting talents, talking with investors, getting things together. Proximity helps a lot. And at the same time, now we have a network effect which is so big that allows the necessary exposure when the time is right, and therefore scalability. One of the mottos of the ICP Hubs program is indeed build locally and scale globally, and I really like it because it really gives you the right description of the approach and everything. It is indeed a very large global operation, but there is a strong regional component that, surprisingly for many, but not for us, because we have designed the program, has been a very big factor of success. So, yeah.
Okay, nice. Now, one thing we touched on a little bit before we started this interview actually was a little bit about AI and its inevitable wave that is, merging between AI and Web3. And I was kind of curious about, what's your thoughts on this and where do you see this going?
AI and blockchain are kind of converging. For sure. AI, as we know it now, is mostly run by Web2 giants, such as the ones that we know very well all over the world now, not only in Silicon Valley anymore. However, there is a lot of attention into moving this stuff possibly into Web3 to tackle a bunch of issues, well-known issues that comes with this kind of
this change,
Web2 AI that is run now in terms of privacy, in terms of ethics, in terms of accessibility, in terms of avoiding, monopolies. It almost goes into a geopolitical stuff, right? Now, if you look at that, so blockchain, which again probably will allow a more granular approach to AI, will help segment this thing better, probably finding niches here and there, and Web3 AI protocol or agent will take care of more specialized stuff, will take care of needs that are peculiar to a community. Community is very important.
Huge.
To Web3.
Huge.
It's a huge difference between Web2 and Web3 because
we need each other.
Yeah,
we really do. Yeah.
In Web2, you have audiences, right? And people are treated as such. In Web3, you have communities, which is another term, is another concept, and is another level of interaction. So probably AI in Web3 will be able to serve a little bit better the needs of communities rather than addressing people, globally as audiences, as we see now. So this is a little bit my view, more focusing on the internet computer. Well, of course, on an infrastructural level, is well known by now that the internet computer is the only protocol that can host models on smart contracts, fully on smart contracts. So there is a strong, connection when it comes to that. But there is more. DFINITY at the moment is working very hard to develop something that our founder, Dominic Williams, which you should follow on X to have all the latest about AI, best place where to gather the alpha, so don't miss out. What we call self-writing internet, which in our vision could be the future of what we have seen happening, for example, with Instagram or TikTok, and as a vision to see an internet where people could talk with agents that runs fully on chain in order to build websites and applications way more easily that compared to what happens now, and also upgrade them in a very seamless and quick way. This, in our opinion, will be a complete game changer. A product will be released soon, which is pretty hot. There's a lot of expectation about it. So stay tuned, because that could be the beginning of a new era when it comes to interaction with IT technology, which is this. I'm not talking about using AI to review code. This is something that's already happening big time, and frankly, is not a major use case for AI in Web3, but rather, working on a new paradigm where people really, creators, entrepreneurs, but anyone, gamers, students, will be able to create and deploy their websites, their application, and their businesses in a way that now is not possible, because from zero to commercial grade now for a website or an application, it's a very excruciating process. Right? It's extremely costing, time consuming, unaccessible. It requires any sort of expertise that people need to hire, a lot of capital to burn, and potentially and hopefully AI on the internet computer through this vision will solve that. So stay tuned. Follow Dominic Williams, aka Dom, on Twitter for the latest alpha. And hopefully some very important release will come very soon.
And where else where can we follow you as well as DFINITY?
Very simple. Find me on LinkedIn, which I use quite a lot. Emilio Canessa, name, surname, very easy. I use my full name and surname on X as well, so find me there. There are 3 major accounts on X you might want to follow.
Follow them all.
Follow them all. DFINITY, ICP Hubs, DFINITY developers, 99% of the alpha and what you want to know about what's happening around ICP is there. So yeah, just follow us.
Lovely. Fratello mio, thank you.
Brought to you by Hedera and Foresight Ventures.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a hive.
No, we do not understand that we do not want to. Ladies and gentlemen,
We're back at the Genzio Media House.
Oswald, thanks so much for joining us today.